Man. Oh my God. All right. Apologies, everybody. Just do me a favor. And I just try to refresh the joint. Hopefully everything links back up. If it doesn't, my apologies. But yeah, man, we are back. Crazy. So what just happened? My daughter unplugged the router. Like, just, I don't know how she got to it. She just basically unplugged the router and we lost connection. So apologies on all of that. I tried to get it to link back up with the first joint, whatever reason it just kept cycling, but never linked up. So sorry for the headache. I appreciate y'all patience. Peace once again, yo. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna share this link out real quick just to get folks back up in this joint, so we can keep it moving. And apologies again, man, for the little mishap. If you got a baby, you understand. You know what I mean? Yeah. Let me see. Also, let me know what was the last thing y'all. What did we leave off on when y'all were when they cut me off? Because I wasn't. I think I looked away for a second, then I looked back up and realized I ain't had a connection. So just let me know. And I'm sharing this link on my end real quick. Yes, we are. Yes, we're back. But I think we were still doing the breakdown of the song or whatever. But just remind me real quick. Also, yo, shout out to the homie Indio. We are having a snowstorm in this area. I don't know if we got hit with a foot, but it looks like it. Like it's pretty bad out there. They just canceled school tomorrow, like all around the DC, Maryland and Virginia area. It's real out here, but yeah. Let me see some. Alright. Okay. So I'm gonna get some stuff lined up for y'all real quick while everybody gets back in the mix. But like I mentioned before, I got some music I want to play for y'all. Some new tracks. One of the tracks I actually played for y'all already. But I think I got the final mix now, so I'm gonna give y'all a preview of something that's gonna drop in a couple weeks. Let me open this folder real quick though. In the meantime, if you got questions, just throw them up there. I'll get to them in a sec. Miles B, welcome back. Yeah, man. It's crazy, son. It's crazy. Let me see. Last thing. All right. Back. And I'm gonna pause this music real fast so we can get this other stuff lined up. Hold on. Oh yeah. I'm hip to Binary Star. Yeah, they're dope. It's been a minute since I listened to them though. I don't think they put out anything in a long time. By the way, Stan, that's for the link. Earlier I meant your work with Rise. Oh yeah. It's gonna take me a minute to look up the link, but I can give you the name of the song right now. One of the songs is called Arrogant. That song features it's me, Tone Deaf, Pack FM, and Rise. Rise is super dope. For those of y'all who may not have heard of him, he is like he's like a braggadocio rapper, but he raps like he doesn't care. Like, and what I mean by that, not like he'll just say anything out of his mouth. I mean, he raps like, I ain't got nothing better to do, so I'm just, I guess I'll rap right there. But like he says like really, really dope shit. I don't know if Rise has put out anything in a minute. It's been a long time since I spoke to him, but that's the one thing. Like I remember most about that dude is just like his style, man. He just always rapped like he didn't really care. Like, you know, it's like I ain't got nothing better to do, so I'll just go ahead and do this rap shit. And that's kind of what made him so dope. Like when you hear his verse on that song Arrogant, you'll hear what I'm saying. We also got a song, I think, called New York City or New York or something like that, which was on one of his projects. And so, like, the crazy thing is, like, I'm from Maryland. I lived in New York for quite some time. And then I moved away. And then after I moved away, he hit me up to do a song. And so it's like, I'm back in Maryland doing a song about living in New York. And it was came out dope, though. But shout out to the homie Rise. Definitely check the joint out. Let me know what you think of them. All right, let's see. Oh, in that case, I purchased that years ago. That's what's up. Appreciate that movie. Good looks. All right, let me see. Major thing I forgot to mention before, man. Shout out to every one of y'all who are like everybody who's an actual subscriber. Thank y'all so much. As I mentioned before, we finally hit 5,000 subscribers. That's super dope, man. Thank y'all, man. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, make sure you turn on the notification bell. I'm assuming most of y'all who are the regulars actually did that already. But definitely, man, I really, really appreciate y'all tuning in all the time and supporting the music. It definitely means a lot. What are the stickers on my laptop? Why not? You know what I'm saying? Look, we live. Let's talk about some stuff while I get this music going. So look, there it is. I think we can see all the stickers now, right? Yeah, perfect. All right, so look, every sticker, this is what I tell my students all the time, because I'll be up in there in like a meeting or teaching a class and then have all of this craziness in front of me. But like all of these stickers from like my different travels, different companies I work with. Yeah, shout out to Sign. Sign gave me that back when we were rocking the West Coast together a couple years ago. That's just some of my graph art on one of those hello, my name is stickers. Super old joint. This sticker I think I got from like a t-shirt I bought or something like that. Two dope boys. Shout out to the homies. Shout out to the homies Tone Deaf and Packet Film. That's Tacos and Chocolate Milk, their podcast, which is supposed to be coming back this year. Good stuff. This is Goach the Whale. One of my fans, she's an illustrator out in the Bay Area Bay Area. And one of her characters that she does all the time is called Goach the Whale. So my daughter was literally just asking about her today. This right here is Yoda, but doing the chocolate joint, you know what I mean? A little, shout out to the homie Shingo too, who hooked me up with that. House Studios here in DC, Bandcamp. Shout out to Bandcamp, shows love. Shout out to DJ Hive, you know what I mean? Rest in peace, Nugent Best. This little orange sticker that's right under that is actually from the very first Nugent Best tribute. It's my little VIP thing that I had to wear to rock. To access the backstage area. AKG, which is the brand and of mics that I use, is the only brand of mic that I use and record with. Q&5 music right in there. Pop Alloy, all that good stuff. All right. FSG, yes, we're back. Yeah, man. Bell been wrong. That's what's up. YouTube still fumbles sometime and doesn't tell me when you're live. Yeah, that's super whack. But I appreciate you. That's awesome. I'm sure the number of subscribers will grow even more this year. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't doubt it. I think with the plans that I have and the amount of activity that I got lined up for this year, it's a lot of music, a lot of, obviously, I'm still going to be doing this almost every week. I apologize for the inconsistency over the holidays. You know, it's the holidays. And then we, like I said, we had an issue last week. But Calvin, you're welcome for the sticker tour. But yeah, I think with the amount of stuff that's going on this year, there's a lot of, I just performed at MagFest, which is a big con here on the East Coast, music and gaming festival. But then I got Momocon in Atlanta later this year. I got Blerdcon coming up. I got this other con, two cons that I'm negotiating with right now. These are all events with like anywhere from like 5,000 to 20,000 people at each of these events. And so, you know, I'm be in front of a lot of new faces and hopefully, you know, help our tribe grow a little deeper, man. So it's going to be a good year. I'm excited. You know, the old man still got it. All right. So as I was promising before, I'm gonna play some stuff for y'all, man. Let me finish queuing this stuff up. There you go, the folders. All right. Let's see. What we got right there. It's already open. All right. I know I look crazy in the screen right now. It's me going through these folders, man. There you go. All right, so Pete, as I mentioned, I got a new track about to drop in a couple days, or well, a couple weeks, I should say. It's going to drop by the end of this month. Yeah, there you go. All right, bet. I played it once on the live broadcast before, but I appreciate that, Griselda. Good looks. Probably won't happen, but I would love a signed Bop Alloy and Funky DL collab album sometime. Hey, Miles, careful what you wish for. So, Pete, I will say this before I hit play, right? Was it me, Sice, Funky DL, and Marcus D finished the song that I played a sample of a long time ago? The song is mixed. It's been mastered. We're working on cover art right now. It's the first of several songs we're planning to work on. I don't know if we're going to give you a full album, but you're going to get something that's pretty close to what you're asking for. Maybe not a full album, but at least a couple songs and possibly an EP. So yeah, that's the plan. Like, you know, we've been working on it for a while. The only reason why we haven't talked about it a lot is because, you know, all of us are constantly putting out music, constantly touring, constantly doing all of these other things. And so that it makes it a really slow process because none of us are even in the same state. And only two of us are in the same country. And although we all have internet access, we all got responsibilities, you know what I mean? And so it's a bit of a slow process, but the music that we've done so far has come out pretty dope. So one of the songs y'all already heard, if you heard Funky DL's album, Black Current Jazz 3, it's a song called Trinity, which was produced by Funky DL, which features me and Sice. And then we're working on a song. Well, we have a song that's finished called Blinded Light, which Marcus D is going to drop real soon, which is produced by Marcus D, features me, Sice, and DL. So that is coming. That's coming, and a lot more. Like when I tell you, there's so much other stuff we're cooking up, man. You know, individually and together. So stay tuned. All right. So yeah, let me pause this background music and then hit play on something else real quick. Hold on. Go gadget. All right. So we'll freeze that for a second and then play this over here. So as I mentioned before, new song dropping. If you follow me on Instagram, Substantial Music, you would have saw that I was working on the cover art for it earlier today. The track is the sequel to my song In My Daughter's Eyes. This song was an idea of a fan. I can't remember if it was Calvin's idea actually, that since I was having a second child that I should do, and it was a girl. He was like, yo, you should do In My Daughter's Eyes, and then he just moved the apostrophe. And I was like, that's really dope. And so that's exactly what I did. So shout out to Calvin or whatever fan came up with the idea. But yeah, I listened. All right, so here we go. This is the track. Let me get that volume. Hopefully it ain't too loud. We'll see in a second. Let's see it loud. Let me know what y'all think in the comments. Yeah, it was you, Calvin. Let me know what y'all think.
She seen love, she seen trust when she think about both. She see us, she seen anger, she seen pain. She learning not everybody think the same. She seen laughter, she seen tears. See some fun while others confront fears. She seen failure, she seen success. She see getting even, that don't mean that you're done yet. She see beauty can be fully clothed or undressed. She see people reach and go while others are oppressed. She see state tax, she see recess. See some joy while others seem to be depressed. She just sees the game and common, she obsessed. Divided, see some chapter book and all she got lost in. For hours, see some progress, see some actions not undressed. The problem, hopefully, she see herself as the right one to solve it. Keep growing, baby, keep growing. Show growing, baby, life's about a break, let it get you down. Take a picture, keep growing, baby, keep growing.
Thanks, sir.
Life's about a break, let it get you down. Take a picture, she see love, she see trust. When she think about both, she see us, she see gas, she see ass. She see the users tell her that she can't have. She see movement, she see music. She see that there's more than one way to use it. She see bright days, she see dark nights. She see that there's more than reason she can just walk right. She see that there's more than teaching she can just talk right. She see problems only me and the mom can make all right. She see her big sister talking daily about Fortnite. Meanwhile, both her parents complaining about the alt-right. She ain't understanding everything that she sees, but one thing that's apparent is that life ain't easy. People, both my daughters said they no longer need me to teach them. When my time comes, they gon' still hear me repeat. Keep growing, baby, keep growing. Show growing, baby, keep growing. Life's about a break, let it get you down. Take a picture, keep growing, baby, keep growing. Show growing, baby, keep growing. Life's about a break, let it get you down. Take a picture, God, this is always keep blooming. Stop trying, start doing. You got this. Always improving, but falling is human. Don't stop it. Forward you're moving as long as you do it the smartest. So want you with rumors, cause they never knew you was a goddess. So whenever the challenge, I know that you'll handle it honest. So whenever you can't, I'll be there with the plan. That's a promise. So it's scared to take chances. That's for your advancement, your profit. Be whatever you can, but the surgeon, commander, or artist. Keep
smiling at your comments, man. Thank y'all.
Life's about a break, let it get you down. Take a picture, keep growing, baby, keep growing. Show growing, baby, keep growing. Life's about a break, let it get you down. Take a picture, God, this. Life's about a break, let it get you down. Take a picture, keep growing, baby, keep growing. Show growing, baby, keep growing. Life's about a break, let it get you down. Take a picture, God, this.
Yeah, man. The funny thing is, I don't think y'all can hear it on y'all end, but back over here, literally, like my daughter, like the youngest, like screamed at the top of her lungs, right? But it was like the playing scream, so that's why I stayed cool and I ain't panic. Other times, like, you know, running, trying to figure out what's going on. But yeah, man, thank y'all, dude. Like the comments, you know what I mean? I appreciate all the comments, you know, even the critical ones too, man. You know, I appreciate y'all patience. I know the sound ain't always that great. But will this be on any new projects or only a single? So it will be a single, but it's going to be on a project. So look, the last two singles, which was Alone in the Rain and Exposition Remix, both of those are on the same project that this is on. And so the project that it's on is called Recompositions. Recompositions is a collection of either sequel songs or remixes that I've done. And so it's only 6 tracks. But it's going to come out first as the EP with the songs, and then it's going to follow up about a month later with the instrumentals. And so yeah, so that's coming. Other stuff that I got coming. Oh, wait a minute, hold up. Let me read that. I think I missed something. Love in that track. Yeah, that's what's up, man. She felt the love in that track. If hip hop was a country, Rakim would be the president. Oh, random Rakim comment. Shout out to Rakim. Will this be on? I got that one on ready for this to drop so I can really hear that beat because it sounds good. Thank you. Yeah, I really, yeah, like it's it's the production piece, man. Like I've really been putting in a lot of work, yo. Like a lot of work on the production side, man. You know, and you know, I'm hoping that the response that I've been getting, I hope that y'all continue to dig what's coming, man, because I got a lot more stuff that I'm producing, including my own stuff and stuff for other people, you know. So I'll definitely keep y'all posted. Jeremy asked the question that I'm sure a lot of people want to know: what about New Bop Alloy? Every time I talk to Marcus D, that's the main thing we talk about, other than tour plans and just, you know, and how our families are doing. So absolutely, we're working on New Bop Alloy. We already have we've had the album title for quite some time, and Marcus has been gathering the beats for a while. When we have a more concrete update for y'all, we will let you know. But we've definitely been working on not just another album, but also volume 2 of Winter Breaks, and then possibly a physical release of like Winter Breaks volume 1 and 2, you know, together. So, you know, a lot of stuff coming. And then next year, like, you know, Marcus and I also talked about how next year is the 20th anniversary. Oh, pardon me, the 10th anniversary. Sorry, 10th anniversary of our debut album, which has never seen a vinyl release. So that's a possibility as well. So the future looks bright for more Bop Alloy. No worries. Marcus is my brother. So, you know, we're definitely planning to do more of that. All right. Let's see. Let's see. I feel like I missed a couple of joints. Saw the art for the song. That's what's up, Griselda. I listened to you before B-ball game scholarships this year. All right. So we could tell. Oh yeah. By the way, when Recompositions drops, I'll shout it on IG and review it and post about it on the hip hop community on Amino. My man, hey, thank you. Listen, I appreciate y'all just listening to the track straight up. But for those of you who go the extra mile and constantly post about it and share it with y'all peers and everything, yo, it means a lot. So thank y'all for doing that, because, you know, as I'm sure y'all pay attention to like various hip hop websites that y'all follow, they are not posting about anything I'm doing. Unless, like, if you see them post about anything I'm doing, be worried. You know what I'm saying? Because what was it? I feel like the last time I got a major post on like a major hip hop blog was around the time that I had to have like this surgery or whatever, like this preventative surgery I had when I was dealing with a precancerous situation. And that's crazy. Like, young, it's wild to me how this business works. Like one of the things I tell people all the time is just like, you know, the same people who front on you now, the same ones like covering your death in full, like posting every one of your tracks and this, that, and the third, talking about how like you were dope and this, and they don't give a shit right now. And that's fine with me because, you know, I have so many people like y'all who basically come directly to the source to get the information. And as long as I got that, I'm good. So I'm not bitter about it. I'm not tripping off of all of that. But yeah, man, just know that it's a lot more music coming. A lot of stuff lined up. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and run down some of these shows before I play the next track too for y'all, because I got more music for y'all, more stuff y'all ain't heard. So real quick, events coming up. I don't know if anybody in here is in the Durham, North Carolina area, but if you know people in Durham, North Carolina, if you're on IG, tag them in some of the flyers I posted. 2 events coming up. I'm not performing at either one of them, so sorry to disappoint. However, you can come out, you can kick it with me, get like, you know, chop it up live and in person and get some great information. So event number 1, I'm doing a event on January 18th. It's the movie premiere of the film Glass. And before the movie, we're actually doing a panel where we're talking about like Black PTSD, pardon me, and Black villainism in film, and just the effects of that, and you know, just some of the conversation around these ideas, where oftentimes when they show certain villains in films, especially villains of color, be it Black, Latino, or Middle Eastern or whatever, they oftentimes don't give you like a really in-depth look at like what created the villain, right? Like Glass is kind of like one of those exceptions. There are a lot of exceptions out there, but not many. Where it's like it gives you a real break, like background into how this person became who he was. Like people aren't born monsters, people aren't born villains or the bad guy, right? Like, and so it's going to be an interesting panel where we discuss that before watching the movie, and we get to check out the film immediately after. So definitely come out and do that. It's going to be a lot of great folks. If you're a bit of a nerd like me, who loves chopping it up about movies, comic books, and things like that, you're going to love the event because it's going to be filled with people just like that. And if you're a person of color who feel like you don't get to go to a lot of places, whereas people of color who actually are super into all of those things, you definitely need to be there, because that's pretty much what it's going to be. It's going to be dope. So that's happening this Friday in Durham, North Carolina. And then the day after, also in Durham, North Carolina, is the next workshop that Substantial Art and Music is putting on, which Substantial Art and Music, for those who don't know, is my business that is run by myself and my wife. It is the workshop is called Indie 101. We basically provide grant information. We also provide resources and advice on how to successfully crowdfund projects, and then we also do social media marketing. All of this for independent artists, musicians, and small businesses. So people who are looking for more information to successfully run their projects and their businesses independently and find more opportunities and resources to be successful doing these things, definitely should try to attend that event, these events, and come and build with us. I just realized that I forgot the link to both events in the description, but I'm gonna fix that, so don't worry. But yeah, man, so those two events are what's coming up next. After that, yes, Calvin, absolutely. Behaviors are learned for sure. Killmonger was a hard villain, though. Killmonger absolutely was a hard ass villain, and part of the reason why Killmonger is like as a villain was so dope, and why so many people sided with him, even though he was definitely the villain, is because of the fact that you got background on him. You got a chance to understand why he chose the fight he chose, right? He didn't just wake up and decide to be a bad guy. He was wrong, right? And he responded in a way that some people would disagree with, but not all of his intentions were malicious or evil. He just felt like that was the best way to achieve his ultimate goal. But his ultimate goal was to empower his people. And that was part of his goal, because part of his goal was also to create an empire and basically be running everything. And you know how that usually go. So, you know what I mean? Like, he definitely was he was off his meds a little bit, or a lot of it. But he wasn't this one-dimensional character, and that's why people connected with him, whether right or wrong. And I think that's important. I think that's important in life in general. That when we're like, you know, as a person, like social workers, for example, or like people who are doing that type of work in prisons who are trying to rehabilitate people, like, you can't do that work successfully without understanding how those people got to that point. You can't just kind of write them off as, oh, they're crazy, oh, they're violent, oh, they're the bad guy, they're a criminal. That's it. It's never that simple. So yeah, man. So it's gonna be a great event. Definitely come check it out. Bushmaster and Luke Cage. Yes, again, another one. But see, all of these films y'all are talking about, the reason why those villains are so great is because of the fact there's, like, you know, there are people of color who are behind the scenes helping to develop these characters, as opposed to someone who doesn't really understand what it's like to grow up in certain conditions and stuff like that. And so they just be like, okay, we're gonna pick a character who looks like this, and they're gonna be the bad guy. And then they don't really do any. There's no due diligence, right? Like there's no like figuring out like how did they get to that point. And just making it something like a little cheesy revenge thing. Like they actually give you a lot more depth to the character because it's people who are from similar backgrounds who are writing and developing them. And so, yeah, man, great examples y'all put up in there. You know what I mean? I appreciate that. But yeah, so real quick, I'm gonna write this up in here in the 101 and see. And whatever information you don't find in my in the description, just keep in mind that you can go on Instagram, Substantial Music, and the flyers are up there with more information. I appreciate that. Thank you for the stamp, Griselda. All right, so look, I feel like maybe we play more music. You know what I mean? Now, for those who don't know, I've been working on a project with my nephew. My nephew, just to give you a little bit of background on him, obviously, he's my nephew, like my real nephew, like not like, you know, Snoop saying nephew. Like this is my blood relative. He was featured on one of my projects back in the day called Substantial Burns, which came out in 2009, back when he was like 15 or 16 years old. And he dropped a verse on it then. And so now we're working together on a project. The project is called Bridges. Part of the reason why it's called Bridges is because like there's this generation gap, right? Like we have like these young rappers, either those in who are teenagers or those in their 20s. And then we have the old heads, the me's of the world, right? The ones who are a lot more bitter. I don't think I kind of fall into that category because I ain't really hating on the young boys too much. I actually dig some of the stuff they're doing, especially the ones who got substance. But a lot of old heads like that I kick it with, and people I know, just, you know, they really ain't into it, and oftentimes are judging the young dudes, and they make a lot of comparisons to the hip hop they grew up on versus what these dudes are making now. And they swear up and down like all of the stuff that we grew up on was all conscious, and it wasn't. It wasn't. Like when you really are a dude who was listening, like some of the rappers were conscious, absolutely. But a lot of the stuff we were stamping, they were just dudes who were rapping about drugs, they was rapping about money, they was rapping about women. You know what I mean? They were rapping about jewelry. They were rapping about a lot of things. They were a lot of braggadocio rap. It's the same. The content is the same to a certain extent, right? It's not exactly the same, but it's still close enough that that it becomes a bullshit argument that some of the old heads make. And so anyway, the purpose of this project, right, is to bridge that gap. So like basically doing this project with my nephew, I'm not pushing him too much to try to get him to talk about stuff I would talk about. I want him to be himself, right, and rap about what he raps about and his experience. And you know, if you want to party, great. You know what I'm saying? We do a party joint. If you want, you know, rap about he smokes, I don't. He want to rap about that. That's who he is. I don't want him to pretend to be anything other than who he is. He a 25-year-old dude out here living his life. He's not going to rap about the same things a 40-year-old dude is going to rap about. And that's important to remember. So anyway, that's the theme of the project. It's called Bridges. And I'm producing the entire thing. He's doing the rapidy raps. And we're talking about like possibly maybe I'll drop a verse or something somewhere in there. You know what I mean? I ain't making no promises, but we'll see. Yeah, yo, absolutely. My name is my name. Yeah, it's super frustrating. It's super frustrating. And you know who I really look. I don't throw the word hate around a lot, but I tell you who. There's a couple of different type of people I hate, right? I hate people who like invest a lot of time in talking about what they don't like versus what they do, or like, you know, like for example, when Lil Wayne was on top, everyone was just, oh, Lil Wayne's the worst, blah, blah, blah. People would get so caught up in hating certain people like Lil Wayne, the Drakes of the world, Lil Pump, whoever, that they literally, when they're on a person's page who they like for example, my video dropped. Oh my God, this is that real hip hop. I love it so much. It's not like that Lil Wayne bullshit. Why you even got to say that? Yo, it's dope. I love it. This is the type of shit I'm talking about. Stop right there. That's it. That's all we need. We don't need to know every time you get the opportunity who you hate. I don't care who you hate. You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous, man. Spread love. You feel like you don't see enough of it. You lead by example. Spread love. Spend more time talking about what you love and what you care about and what you want to see more of. Push that out there. You know what I mean? Because trust, right? Like the stuff you don't like and stuff like that stuff gets a lot of promotion already from the people who like it, and especially the people who hate it. The people who hate it, I feel like almost talk about it more than the people who like it. It's ridiculous. Like it's ridiculous, y'all. It's really, really frustrating. So, I mean, man, it's stupid to me, yo. Like and so you'd be hard pressed to find like links to some of my old stuff when it was getting a lot more traffic, where like you can go through the comments and not see someone crapping on whatever rapper was hot on at the time, but they there in my video claiming to like myself. I'm like, so just focus on what you like. Just focus on what you like, or make more recommendations, right? So like, oh, word, y'all like this too? Yeah, I love this stuff. Y'all should also check out artists like this. It's a great opportunity for you to talk about more of what you like as opposed to promoting what you hate. You know what I mean? Spread love, man. That's all I'm saying. All right. On that note, I'm going to spread some love to my nephew. I'm going to let you hear some stuff. Again, my nephew, I already know, is not everybody's cup of tea. And I ain't here to give you disclaimers. I'm just letting you know he does not rap like I rap. We rap about different things. But I love my nephew, and I think he's dope. And so, yeah, I'm doing what I can to help him further his career. And so we're doing this collab joint. And on that note, I'm going to press play on this blicky right here. Hold up. So, yeah, we've done 2 joints. I played one of the joints a couple weeks back. And now I'm going to let you hear this other one we cooking up. Of course, his name starts with a W. Oh, so here's a quick story about his name. His real name is Richard. But everybody in the family call him Rich for short, right? So when we were trying to figure out what his rap name was going to be back when he was a kid, I told him, I was like, yo, I just called him Wealth. And he was like, why Wealth? And I was like, well, everybody calls you Rich already. So like if you're rich already, the goal is to obtain wealth. You know what I mean? Riches, it's fleeting, right? Like they come and go. Wealth, especially generational wealth can, outlive you. It can be passed down, right? And it can be passed down in different forms. It's not always money. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's information, a wealth of information, a wealth of knowledge. It can be a lot of different things, but the goal is to grow past where you are right now. You're rich now, but the goal is to become like wealthy or to be, And so yeah, I know. Like when you hear like his party stuff, like damn, that's a deep ass rap name for this party joint. But like I mean, but that's what I gave him when he was a youngin'. I'm just happy he stuck with it. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let me see. Got a lot of comments real quick. I'm going to check these comments before I hit play. I think the difference between hip-hop now and hip-hop then is that it's now hip-hop. So now it's a lot more of the content people claim to dislike. Saw one of those arguments about how hip-hop is the worst now and yada, yada, yada. But with hip-hop replaced with unicycles was one of the funniest things I've seen in a while. It's FOSG. There's a quote I really like that goes, don't say you're a fan of hip hop if you only hop to what's hip. Oh, that's a great quote. I like that quote. Yeah, that's a great quote. That's dope. All right, so look, let's hit play on the joint. All right, here we go. Song is called 93 Premium. And why don't I see it? Hold up. There it is. All right. Make sure I play the updated version. Yep, that's it. All right, here we go. Produced by me. And after this, we're going to get ready to go.
I say, somewhere, and my baby roll up, looking at the haters, what they was feeling like us. You ain't hella too much. Started spinning your lungs, and we just having fun. Another one bites the dust. I'm saying, so what? Have my baby roll up, looking at the haters, wish they was feeling like us. You ain't hella too much. Started spinning your lungs, and we just having fun. Another one bites the dust. Break down, break. We about to party like, oh, baby gon' show me how she pull. Rolling the bud, sipping the juice, giving real love to the crew. Giving a fuck, she not choosy. 3 hits to me, pass it to me. Rolling like we making movies, blowing on the finest. Ooh, we make baddies just wanna do me. 93 up in the blues, we let me rub up on her booty. Don't stop, get the kitty. It's on top when you hit it. Hard drop, make you wanna ride. And hot box, I've been smoking so much, think I need to detox. But my plug got the good, and the streets on lock. Got my check in the mail, put the bill to the side. Call up the Migo, tell them tonight I'ma slide. Better be matching if you play smoking on mine. Your shit be danking, but it ain't nothing like I. Look at my eyes, now tell me why would I lie? Tell me again, cause I forget every time. My girl got so much soul, yeah, so much soul, yeah. My girl got so much soul, yeah, so much soul, yeah. Yeah. So what? Have my baby roll up, looking at the haters, wish they was feeling like us. You ain't hella too much, started spinning your lungs, and we just having fun. Another one bites the dust. I'm saying, so what? Have my baby roll up, looking at the haters, wish they was feeling like us. You ain't hella too much, started spinning your lungs, and we just having fun. Another one bites the dust.
Hey, I appreciate the feedback, y'all. Look. Yeah, man. Yeah, so that is, so we're like 3 songs. No, we're 4 songs into the project, right? That's the most recent joint. The recent challenge I gave him was like, that's what's up. Hey, thank you. I appreciate the love on the production too. So yeah, man, like, you know, the project is shaping up nicely. We got a couple of joints, and hey, what's going on, XM? And so yeah, man, I'm excited to see what happens with it. I think like, so the next challenge that I really gave him is because I've been listening to his music, you know, since he started doing this. I'm not sure if he has a Bandcamp, Ice Killer. I'm gonna check with him. I actually know that was one of the conversations we had before he moved back to Houston. And I was just telling him, I was like, yeah, you really need to do that. So so my hope is that hopefully he'll have one up soon if he doesn't already. He does have music on Spotify already, and other streaming sites. So if you look up Wealth, just replace the E with a 3, and you can check out some of the stuff he has already. Production wise, it's gonna sound really different from what I'm doing for him, but you can get an idea of what he does. A lot of, you know, again, like a lot of the young dudes nowadays, you know what I mean, they party and they, you know, they partying, they smoking, yeah, and they running behind these girls. So I mean, you know, he's 25, he's single, he out here, right? So anyway, but yeah, definitely look him up. What is the significance in the 3 and Wealth? I think he just wanted, I'm not sure if there is, I gotta ask him that. I honestly don't know. I think he just did it just to just so that like it was easy to find when you search him. Like in terms of Google and other things, you know what I mean? The Holy Trinity. Hey, look, maybe, look, hey, Calvin, maybe I just nudge him real quick and be like, yeah, what he said. Yup, yeah, exactly, right. Deep, deep. Anyway, yeah, man, definitely check him out, though. We're going to start dropping music real soon. I want to say around the time I drop Recompositions, we'll probably be ready to drop like the first single, probably shortly after that. And so I'll keep y'all posted for sure. Obviously, I'm gonna be talking about it every week as I work on it. But yeah, so the challenge that I gave him, I was just saying, I was like, look, with the type of production I'm giving you, this is a great opportunity for you to get a little more personal. Because I think the beats already provide a certain vibe and gonna make people open up to that, make people be open to that. And I, as somebody who's known him as literally his entire life, I know what he's been through, and I listen to his music, and I know that he hasn't really rapped about some of the most significant things in his life that have happened to him, like really life-changing shit. Like I haven't heard him ever really rap about it. And so I just gave him the challenge. I was like, look, man, I'm not here to tell you how to do all of your songs, but I think it's important that you share that other side of what your experience has been, because he's really gone through like some traumatic stuff, and it's amazing that he's still the type of dude that he is. Like really good heart, man. Really, really great dude. Proud of my nephew. I love him. And so, and it's dope to see like people who go through those experiences and are still good people out here. So I'm hoping this week or whatever he takes me up on that challenge, and and he does it. He actually, if you follow him on Instagram, he just posted the conversation. He said, "Yeah, I'm glad I don't be talking real reckless in my DM, man." Like, because he like every time we have certain conversations, he'll go post it shortly after. And so he posted the conversation we had about him getting more personal in his music. And it was dope. Right before I went live, he was super excited because he's familiar with Marcus D stuff, right? And he knows I work with Marcus a lot. He was like, yo, Marcus D even like that joint. I was like, oh, man. He's like, I don't know how he found it because we don't follow each other like that. But it was dope to see he was up in there. And I told him, I was like, man, after you do this song, depending on which direction we go with it, it's like maybe I'll holler at Marcus and get him to play on it, just to really, really add to the feel of it. So, man, it's exciting, man. I don't think, I'm so excited about the music I'm putting out, but I'm really excited about what this could potentially do for him. Because I think what a lot of young dudes who are doing it, because they're really trying to make a living doing this. And so they see like some of the biggest artists doing it, they see what they're talking about, and they trying to, I don't want to say everything he's doing is trying to mimic what these other dudes are doing, but a lot of young artists, that's what they do. They see what's hot, they dig some of it, and then they build their style based off of what's happening. Most of us started that same way based on what you were listening to. And but I think he's starting to become open now to like, keep telling him, I'm like, man, it's this whole other world, where you really don't have to play by any set rules. You can do what you want. Like we can make these real soulful, like jazzy type beats that have elements of trap in it without letting that dominate the whole track. And then you can talk about whatever you want. Like if you want to talk about some like really personal stuff, cool. You want to talk about just party, cool. You want to talk about, whatever, cool. But we ain't got to do it the way everybody else is doing it. You see what I'm saying? And we ain't got to be caught up on this whole young dude versus old dude stupid shit. Like we can basically have a 40-year-old dude and a dude in his mid-20s come together to make some real dope, soulful like shit that both the youngins can rock to and the old heads can rock to. So it's like, why not? And so that's why we call it Bridges. And like I said, man, I'm working on a lot of stuff this year, but I'm really, really excited to see what this could do for his career. Like my hope is that go well, and maybe I take this dude on the road with me. You know what I mean? Just yeah, man, he's been through a lot, and he deserves a win. And so like, what's the point of me building all of the shit I built over 20 years if I can't do something to help my family out? You feel me? So that's where I'm at with it, man. Yeah, so let me read through some of these comments real quick because I feel like I missed a rack of them. And then I'm gonna get ready to go, man. Get this outro music ready. He has wealth and mind, body, and soul. Hey man, y'all really going in on making this dude name super deep. I'm gonna have him read through this joint. I may hold I don't know why, but I just came up with the right name, Lil More. Y'all wild. The personal stuff from an artist is a lot of what really draws me in. Absolutely. That's also a chance being able to range of sound, being that you're one producing word. That's real, Joshua. Emulate. These are amazing ideas. I was moving right now. What's crazy is the newest and hottest rappers out right now all only started a year or two ago, and they then became superstars out of nowhere. Yeah, I mean, but you gotta. So yes and no, right? Like, so sometimes that's true, right? And then other times, like certain people, like there's some cases where dudes have been putting in work for a ridiculous amount of time and no one knew. And then they take off, right? But what I noticed with a lot of people who come up super quick like that, they oftentimes fade just as fast. So that's why I don't really trip with over like anytime like there's a new craze and everybody's all going apeshit over a particular artist. Who when I hear, I'm like, I really don't think like they're that good. And I don't put Drake in that category or like or a bunch of other rappers who had that hype around him, like because J. Cole had a similar hype, right? Like in terms of when he started dropping stuff. So did Kendrick, so did some of the greatest dudes making music right now. But the difference is when you look into them around the time the hype was building, you realize they had an extensive catalog. And on top of that, all three of those dudes I just listed, right? Now, granted, they're the older rappers now because they're in the early to mid 30s, but all of those dudes were receiving a decent amount of hate as well. Probably, it's largely because there's so much hype around it. But the difference is, like, what I pay attention to more than anything, hype aside, can they rhyme? Because if they rhyme, if they can really, really rhyme and there's hype around them, even if they're making a couple little bubblegum songs, if there's evidence of them being able to really, really rhyme, they will have long careers, right? There's no way to get around that because, you're in the rap industry, right? You're a rapper. And like, whenever you look at like the top rappers, like some of the biggest rappers in the world, right? Like whether we're talking about Drake, whether we're talking about Kendrick, whether we're talking about J. Cole, Jay-Z, and a long list of other people who've been kind of like, not the folks who were just hot, but I'm talking about people like, like this dude's like going to be one of the greats or whatever. And they're already starting to have these conversations, even in when it's early in their career. Those dudes, because they can rap so well, they got staying power. I might not like all the music that Drake makes or the majority of the music he makes, but you will never find me in any interview or any live feed or anything ever being like, you can't rap or you whack ass rapper. I'm never going to say that because there's a good amount of stuff where I've heard him body that shit and I got him on a playlist or three. So, I know he can. And so like with some of the young dudes who blowing up real high, like I don't really pay some of that shit no mind because, like the ones I like, the Sabas of the world, Saba's dope as shit. You know what I mean? The no names of the world. Oh my God, what's her name? I was listening to an African sister who rap her ass off too. Man, it's so much dope shit out here. So, I don't really trip about who the hottest at the moment are, like, especially if they can't really rap. If they can't really rap, I don't really give a shit. It's like, point me to dope ass rappers who got great music behind them, and I'm good over there. Yeah, yeah, man, it's where it is. Hey, y'all, I feel like y'all got 2 shows out of me tonight. You know what I mean? There's literally 2 videos. I gotta go. I love y'all, man. I'll be here all night, but I can't go without, hold up. Something's missing. Wait for it. There it is. Party music. So I'm gonna read through these real quick. The background music playlist name is Substantial Sundays. Chill Lo-Fi Beats. Substantial Sundays, Chill Lo-Fi Beats. You can follow the playlist on Spotify. All right. Definitely. I did. Oh, y'all, you right. You know what I mean? Like, you know, it's making up for last week because definitely we had every intention of doing last week, and then, you know, shit just went sideways. Why Lupe's still great, even though his sound isn't mainstream, still bumping, rapping. Lupe, I think any great artist who stays true to who they are, like Lupe has always like been a dude who had like certain things that were kind of throwback about him, while at the same time embracing newer things. And he's always kind of walked that line. And so that works really well as an artist who can have staying power in the industry, who can have a mainstream hit but still be respected by the indie scene. You know, and Lupe's true to himself. Like all of the things that make Lupe, you know what I mean? Like Lupe is very much a dude from the streets, but at the same, like like when I love Lupe because Lupe reminds me of myself in some ways. I'm not just like this dude, but like I'm a dude that grew up in like a really violent ass neighborhood or neighborhoods, but at the same time I was into martial arts, I was into comic books, I was into anime, video games, all of these things. And it's not to say that most people in my hood wasn't into those things, but a lot of people weren't. And you got clowned and you could get fucked up for being into that shit. You know what I'm saying? And so Lupe has remained true to himself, and I think that's why he's always going to keep his core audience, and that's why he has staying power. You know? But yeah, man. Let me see. Party leaving the album I mentioned earlier here. My man, good looks. You a great sister. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. I want to say your name, but it's so many letters. I don't know what that is. Thank you, though. Did you inspire your nephew to get in the hip hop stand, or was he already planning to do it? Absolutely. He was in it a little bit, but obviously seeing me do my thing, I used to, when he come to visit in New York, used to take him to gigs with me, take him to festivals and stuff with me. And back then, before he started rapping, he was beatboxing. So I would take him on stage and we beatbox battle live. But yeah, man. But that's it, y'all. I gotta go. Try and stop before more music starts. But thank y'all for a great night, man. Sorry about the little issue earlier with the connection. You know what I mean? Blame it on my youngest. You know, kids gonna be kids. But I really gotta go. I'm gonna see if I caught everybody. They said like Lupe in the third. Lupe is on another level. Great. Yeah. You ain't trying to be a gangbanger. Like comic books proceed to get stopped. No doubt. But yeah, man, that's it. All right, y'all. Catch y'all next week. I'll be in Durham, North Carolina this week. And then after that, I'm in Baltimore, Maryland. All of that's in the description. And more events coming y'all way. Please go through and read the description. If there are any links in there you're not familiar with or haven't clicked on already, make sure you check it out so you can get more info and all that good stuff. All right, I'm out for real this time. Peace.